Hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So in this one, we're going to review the actual dividends that we got today for YieldMax. So first things first, and we'll get started in a second here. It looks like everything closed on me because I shut down. So let's see here. Google is my friend, of course. I'm getting this all the time here. Okay, let's see here. Here we go. Yeah, this was announced at 7. I wanted to be here earlier, but wasn't meant to be. Here's the weeklies. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 of them now. So I'll let you all ruminate over that for just a second here. Let me go over here. Uh, just real quick. Bear with me, folks. Okay. Sorry about this. I just don't know how to do this before the live stream starts. I'm kind of a low-tech guy, um, so I just don't know how to do this. Anyway, oh, good, a bunch of fake accounts thumbed me down again. How about that? That's okay. YouTube removes them though. We'll talk about that later. But uh, word to the wise, when you use a fake account to thumb down a video, and they're on the same IP address, YouTube removes them as duplicates. So a lot of the people out there accusing people of like using fake accounts, a lot of times it's like the pot calling the kettle black. And a lot of these people are too stupid to realize that the same IP address, it's YouTube's going to flag it as the same account. So anyway, enough said. As far as the dividends this week, so let's see. For CHPY, we had it was still 35 cents. I think I said 30 cents, but it came in higher than expected. So it's holding pretty steady. It's possible the new strategy is working out pretty well. And then GPTY just shy of 30 cents. LFGY, a tremendous almost 47 cents. QDTY, 23 cents. RDTY, 21 cents. SDTY, 22 cents if you round up. Ulti, still the same. It's like 10 cents. They're so similar. I feel like I'm looking at the week before. YMAX and YMAG, again, a solid 21 cents and 17 cents. AIYY definitely exceeded my expectations. I'm surprised they're paying out this high. 32 cents. I believe I said 25 cents in the in yesterday's dividend estimates. So I like to come in on the low end because that means the dividends are higher than what I projected. So under promise, over deliver, as they say, right? So AIYY is there. MZ 60 cents. Aptly 31 cents. DISO 56 cents. MSTY. Now I was pretty accurate on this one. How did I do, folks? I said $1.50, $1.47. I almost called it, and I'm not even doing any sophisticated stuff yet, other than, of course, the ever so sophisticated magical equipment here. Highly advanced, highly customized. SMCY, $1.58. How about this one, the short? Now this one surprises me. This is a big surprise because even though, like, there wasn't a lot of fluctuation in MSTR, so we need to look at this one in more detail. Let's see. Welcome to Richard King. Yeah, we need to look at this one in more detail. So XYZY was 87 cents, YQQQ 26.5 cents. So in this one, now that we've looked at all these, we're going to go look at MSTY and WNTR because I'm confused as to how the inverse is so much higher. It's like double this one. So let's go to Seeking Alpha. Oops, oh, look at that. I was actually looking at Swedish krona. Wow, one Swedish krona is worth 10 cents here. Not so great. Okay, what was I trying to do again? Seeking Alpha. Seeking Alpha. Let's see now. MSTR. Let's look at MSTR. So keep in mind, WNTR is the inverse, and MSTY is the bullish one of the two. So let's see here. How did I misread this one? How did I misunderestimate this one so much? Got to look at that here. Okay, 381. Okay, it did have a little more downside fluctuation, so I can kind of see. I think I did say in the video yesterday that the downside was more, there was more volatility to the downside than the upside. So that makes a little bit of sense, but I still didn't think it would be that high. But hey, they exceeded my expectations. 104% payout. Just like for XYZY, 87% payout. And then for YQQQ, 26.5. So, little market summary today. Market was up for the most part. Let's look over here. Let's see, market news. Let's go home. No place like home, right? So in the futures, the Dow is slightly up, S&P slightly down, Nasdaq is slightly up, gold and silver and crude oil. Crude oil is coming back up. I'm noticing the price at the pump starting to increase. So let's see, over the last month, yeah, it's getting into the summertime, so we've gone up. We've gone up a little bit, but they hike the price at the pump like that. Just out of curiosity, let's go look up egg prices on the let's see, wholesale egg prices. Okay, so the confusing thing about this, I keep seeing people in this, they talk about the retail egg prices. So they came down from like March 5th to March 19th in like 2 weeks. They came down a lot, 827 to 254. Or wait, what did I say? Wait a second. Was it that high? Actually, we've come down since May 19th. We've come down even more. Hold on a second. Yeah, 250. It's 254 right now. So it was 304 here, 288. Then we went back to like 329. So we should, honestly, the prices at the stores should reflect the wholesale price for eggs. So that's kind of confusing that they're not coming down a little bit more. Okay, so on we go. Let me see. Okay, so that's pretty much going to sum up the dividend estimates. Let's do real quick just a portfolio review for the day. We looked at crude oil, we looked at eggs. Um, let's see here. One little note that's cool here. So, my hater out there, I think it's actually one person, but my hater, who I wasn't gonna really give any attention to, but my hater talks a lot about fake accounts, and it's funny because they thumbed down my video like 10 times, but oh, it was on this one yesterday. They thumbed it down like 10 times, but there's only one. And what that means, basically, word to the wise, is that all those accounts are coming from the same IP address. So YouTube is good about removing fake accounts, just like duplicate content, stuff like that. They're good at that. So, um, yeah, those all came from, and I suspect the same thing with this. It comes in spurts, like these 11 likes. They're probably all from the same person. So YouTube's really good. So I'll be back to a very healthy like to dislike ratio. Well, back to normal. See, they did it to me here, they did it to me here, but they're a little inconsistent. I imagine they're a bit emotional. In their irrational disdain for me. But notice one thing about the haters, okay? They never question my trades or my investing philosophy at all. They just say, okay, YieldMax is bad. Fair enough. I'm in YieldMax in less than like 2% of my net worth. So it was just an experiment, if anything. Um, did I know it was going to do as bad as it did? No, but guess what? And this is what we're going to go over next. So in my Schwab account, my P&L for the year, if I have to, because I'm going to have a very healthy P&L for the year by the end of the year. So what I'll do, I'll just probably dump Tesla and these other ones. Let me keep teaching here. Keep pressing forward. I like, my message doesn't resonate with everybody, but the ones that it does, that's who I appreciate. Okay, so in this one, the realized gains and losses, which is actually, I would say, the substance of what I talk about, the most substantive substance that I provide. I don't really hear any criticisms of this. If I did, I would imagine the criticisms would be that the trading's a little risky, which I would be the first one to tell you it's risky. And I don't like the fact that I've lost 21,000 and change this year. But hey, I mean, look at the net. The proof is in the pudding. 80% win ratio. That's where you want to be. You're never going to be perfect with options trading, or trading in general, unless you're like Nancy Pelosi or one of those people in Congress. Unless you have basically inside info, you're never going to be perfect with trading. So if you have an 80% or better ratio, then you're looking pretty good. if I do say so myself. Okay, so the point being here, now let's see. So the point being, like if I decide to dump off my Tesla, which is probably still at like a 50% of what I originally bought, um, it'll be like tax loss harvesting. So I'll just reduce because you see all these gains are basically short term. So since we care about taxes on this channel, um, there's going to be a lot of short term capital gains paid in the 2025 tax year when I file. So to reduce this, I'll end up probably dumping off some of the yield max things because so far I'm making more money trading options. And there are losses sprinkled into there. Some of them I could tell you were just dumb on my part. These, like I got into a year ago, they were leaps that never panned out. This one I was forced. It's a partial share of Clip, which I was forced out of. MSTY, MSTU, lost out on some of these. And then TQQQ, I've taken a lot of gambles with TQQQ. My timing for the NASDAQ, now the NASDAQ has roared back, but a lot of this was just the timing being off. And then like NVDL, this one, oh, this is one I bought a year ago. I was banking on NVDL being $90 because I thought Nvidia would run up faster. So I was wrong about that one, just like MSOS and just like Nvidia being at 165. I thought it would be higher than it was. So those didn't pan out. Those were leaps that didn't pan out. Those were like lotto tickets that didn't pan out. Although you spend a lot more on these than you do on lotto tickets. And see what I'm doing like what the average person does. They focus more on like what their outflow than their inflow. The inflow is like 3 times the outflow. So I'm very happy about that. And then you see NVDL made a ton of money on NVDL so far this year. And then you see losses on TQQQ. Now, I got in a little bit of a pinch in March where I had to free up some money for an expense, which I normally am not in that position, and that was like a one-time deal. So I sold some stuff here. It was minor losses in the grand scheme of things, but I had to do it, to free up money. But since then, it's been all smooth sailing. Since then, of course, I got called out of NVDL, Chipotle. That one won all of that one. Nvidia $100 puts won all of that one. So these are like easy, like slam dunks, I would say. And then in the Roth, I just had a win for MSTU, 1050. So let's look at that. Um, let's see here. Okay, so let's see. We've been going for about 12 minutes here. Let's look at a few more things. Let's just look at the positions in the account. Dividends, by the way. So as far as dividends, um, or rather synthetic option premium, May was our best month. January was our second best, but we had a little bit of a hiccup here. It's like a kind of like a V shape, but you see we're recovering. May was our best month since last year. Of course, last year I successfully achieved the goal of earning full-time income and dividends. I could fully, if I had to live on this, I absolutely could, but I basically reinvest all of these into options trades and stuff like that. So I have so much going on basically that it's hard to keep track of sometimes. Keeping track of your money is really the hardest thing, and keeping track of like your gains and losses and all of that. Let's do this real quick here. So this one I've been trying to get approved for options trading here. This one keeps inching up steadily. I've got 3 accounts here. Let's just see, just out of curiosity, let's see if we are approved yet for options because it's driving me nuts that this is just since May 19th, basically. The last day this money was actively invested in the market was May 19th, and it lost like $1,000. So that irked me. But let's see if I go to trading real quick. Let's just see if this worked. If not, I'll have to call these people again. And let's see. Options. They said it was going to take 48 hours. See, I'm going to have to call these SOBs tomorrow because it's still not approved. But anyway, I guess I shut down my window here. So let me try to pull up Discord here real quick. Let's just go to my Discord here because I hear it on my other screen going nuts over here. Apparently, Kumair is doing a Bitcoin conference. That's cool. Um, there's my Latino counterpart, I guess. I did go to the gym, by the way. I'm pretty sure I burned a whole 100 calories. So that's like what, a half a bag of chips or like a quarter of a bag of chips? But hey, it's progress, right? Anyway, folks, that's going to do it for this evening. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe and join Discord, and we will see you all tomorrow. Take care. Have a great night.